Tonight, the Call 6 investigators are uncovering the #1 cause of crashes on Indiana roadways.
You're constantly hearing about texting while driving, speeding, drunk driving, distracted driving, and falling asleep at the wheel. But the #1 cause of crashes in Indiana is none of those things.
Call 6 investigator Kara Kinney has been crunching crash data for the past few months and found drivers tailgating causes the most crashes.
Police say a safe distance to drive at highway speeds is about 75 feet. So what does that look like exactly? Well, the average car is about 15 feet long. So that's room for not 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5 cars between you and the car in front of you. It might seem far, but not if you have to stop suddenly. It's the morning rush. We're mounting our car with cameras and bringing along Indiana State Police Captain Dave Burston. It doesn't take long before he spots drivers tailgating.
This person's following too close right now. The Jeep following the pickup truck. He's less than a car length.
So is it safe to say you see that all the time?
Every day.
Bill Chesser of Cicero knows the danger.
And all of a sudden, bang.
He was rear-ended while stopping for traffic on Emerson Avenue.
Happened out of the blue. I didn't even know the guy was back there until he hit me.
Treva Richardson also got hit from behind.
There was really no sound until it hit me. It scared the hell out of me.
The crash reports for both Bill and Treva list following too closely as the contributing factor, and they're not alone. The Call 6 investigators obtained these crash photos showing the aftermath of crashes caused by tailgating. We've had to blur some of them due to disturbing images. Indiana typically has 189,000 crashes a year, more than 30,000 caused by following too closely. That's more than texting, distracted driving, falling asleep at the wheel, and speeding combined. Most tailgating crashes happen on major thoroughfares like 465 and 65. This 4-car crash had traffic at a standstill during the morning commute.
People just following too closely, which is a huge issue.
We analyzed every ticket issued by ISP for 2013 and 2014 and found despite it being the #1 cause of crashes, following too closely made up only 1% of all citations. 3 out of 4 cars in this chain reaction crash were tailgating, but no one was ticketed.
If I'm not there and I didn't witness it, then they're not going to file the charges.
Captain Burston explains troopers on patrol see drivers tailgating so often, they have to weigh that with responding to calls and other traffic infractions.
Following too close is kind of like a fish in the barrel type of violation. How egregious is the violation? We are not going to stop every following too close violation we see. We would do nothing else.
Burston says they're more likely to write a ticket if a driver is acting aggressively, such as tailgating and weaving in and out of traffic.
How do you impact somebody? Usually when you're taking money out of their wallet.
The maximum fine for following too closely, $500. And if you cause a crash and hurt someone, your house, your bank account could also be at risk.
Having insurance does not protect you from having your personal assets seized in a lawsuit if, in fact, you cause more harm than you have insurance.
Personal injury attorney Kenneth Allen says many Hoosier drivers have the state's $25,000 minimum in insurance.
If they cause $100,000 in harm and they have $25,000 of insurance, they can be held to account for the whole amount.
You can count 1,001, 1,002, and you pass that point before you get to 2, you're probably following a little too close.
Bill Chesser and Treva Richardson are still struggling to overcome their injuries from the rear-end crashes.
But eventually, I'm probably going to need surgery.
They look in their rearview mirrors a lot more these days and want drivers to understand the damage they can cause.
Your reactions are not as fast as you think they are. Back off.
If someone's riding your bumper, police say resist the urge to tap the brakes. Just move over and let them go by. Police say it's just not worth getting into a crash. I'm Call 6 investigator Kara Kinney.
So the big question, why do people follow too closely? Well, police say people are just used to driving close to other drivers.
Yeah, some also don't know the law and others are simply in a hurry. Of course, add in other distractions like texting or speeding, and following too closely can really be a recipe for disaster.